Alright, welcome back to today's video. You see me smiling and driving my car. Since the test drives went good the other day, I decided to take it on a longer test drive. I think it's about 30 miles one way. So I took it up this road. It's beautiful, nice mountains, Arizona area, and it's super good. I even had a car stuck behind me. Aw, poor car. At least had a good view. So, as I was cruising, I checking my gauges, my speedometer's working. Nice. Everything's working right now. So I got everything going, everything's running good. So yeah, took it on this beautiful test drive in wonderful Arizona. I mean, look at the views. Oh, car's so filthy and dusty. Either way, it's a beautiful view. So since I did a good job in the daytime, I thought, let's do another one at nighttime. So I took it on a test drive, lightning in the background there, you can see it, and just so you don't have to watch the whole thing super slow, speed it up. So no, I didn't go this fast, but I sped the video up for you. But the car handled really nice. It was steering pretty good. It was getting up to speed, no problems. Overall the car felt pretty good. I really liked how it handled. Built it for 5 years, and so to drive it 100 miles, I figured, if I could get that far with no issues, why not take it on a giant road trip? So I took this loop around. I went up this one road up to another highway, and I passed that car like nothing. Super excited, everything's going good. So I drove it home, nice and calm, and the next morning I loaded up 3 of my boys and went to Cedar City, Utah via Vegas. So yeah, we just sent it. It was raining when we left. It was cold and miserable. The kid's trying to figure out where I'm headed with his map, and the other kid's videoing, kind of a fuzzy video, but we left at 5 in the morning, all crazy boys headed out. So we traveled, we just decided to do a huge road trip. It's about 700 something miles from Mesa to Cedar City, Utah. Boys had some stops we wanted to hit on the way. So we sent it. Everything handled pretty good. He was scared apparently. But we drove through the desert for hours and hours. We got to Cedar City. We came back down. I'll show you a map in a minute. We got on the way back and I thought, hey, since we're driving the car, we could go visit my parents. So we took a detour, add a little bit of time onto the ride since everything was going good. And look at that. That's my mom in the back. She's videoing. I have my 3 boys. And my dad is in the car. Come on. There he is. So my dad, his health wasn't doing very good. He's had a couple heart attacks and strokes and whatnot. So I wanted to give him a ride because he always told me you could build a car for probably as cheap as you could buy one and it'd be a cooler car. So he liked this one and I proved him right. So the last time I took him for a ride in this car, there was no windows and the doors it's all black, and we took it to about 100 miles an hour and he was scared to death. So I thought I'd do it again, this time with a windshield, see if he liked it. As soon as I hit 110, he went white as a ghost. I think I scared him pretty bad. But overall, I found another flaw. The coilovers on the back aren't the right spring coils, coil springs. Either way, Dad loved the ride. I'm so glad we got to stop there because, well, a few weeks later, he did pass away. He had some incidents and he didn't make it. But this is the map we took. So you can see the road. Right from Mesa, headed out, boom, 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 over to Las Vegas. It's a little fuzzier than I thought it was going to be. It looked better a second ago, but hey, all the way up to Cedar City, boom, turned her back around, stopped at Hurricane, stayed at my wife's aunt's house, and then got up the next morning and left. Over towards Page, then to Flagstaff, down I-40 to Joe City, then Holbrook, then down to Heber, Payson, and down the hill because I had a very important date with a beautiful girl who wanted to go for a ride in my car, my daughter. We had a daddy-daughter date scheduled It was beautiful Hawaiian theme. She loved every minute of it, and I found several issues with the car, but to take her on a date was worth it. One of those issues? The transmission. I had trouble shifting it from second and fourth. I found it was kind of beat up. So when I got this car, all I did was take the stuff that I found, stick it in there, change the oil, and send it. Note to self, it was cool. It worked. But transmission had some issues. Took it to a shop, and the shop basically said it was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But we replaced all the bearings, the synchros, and the input shaft, and one or two other little things. I'm not a transmission guy, but I got that stuff, and it's all replaced. And now the transmission shifts smooth as glass. The first 2-3 times I shifted it, not so smooth. But it was all brand new, barely, yeah. So it's breaking in a little better now, but I had to tear the transmission out the day after that big road trip. I do not suggest a 1,400-mile road trip to send your car on its way, but tell you what, I made it, right? Right. So anyway, this is you can see us laying under there fighting the transmission. I do want to tell you, I built the car with the motor and transmission in the frame underneath it. I didn't know if I could get the transmission out. Luckily, it came out and went back in. But then I realized, while I was on that road trip, I had a lot of issues with water. I used a gallon of water and a gallon of oil. And under that thermostat housing, I saw a little leak, which apparently is a typical spot in the Cummins diesel world for a blown head gasket. So I drove 1,400 miles with a blown head gasket, so I am tearing off everything you can see. Yay me. So I tear off the exhaust side. If you look at the side of the block, right where the head's at, you'll see that orange, gross, creamy splatter. Like it creeped out all the way down the head and on my firewall. That's the cream from the head gasket oil and antifreeze combo. And that's what it did. So then I take my intake off and get it all torn apart. Do you know when you build their own car, you're always curious if it'll come off. So the head did come off. One of the push rods has to be in the head while the head comes out because you can't get the head to move just far enough in the push rod. If I had a ½ inch more to come out. But I got my head over here. And to make sure that it's right, I sent the head off. I put this wagon of parts there. And voila, I tore apart my beautiful car again. Here it is. So now my head is back. You can see it. All machined, flattened, stuck it on there, looking beautiful. I'm bolting all my parts back together. And just so you can hear it in a second, I do get it running again. So turbos are on, things are moving forward. It's looking good. Won't bore you to death with it, but listen. She's alive again. And listen to this. So I had it running really good. I took it on that same road up north, about 40-mile drive. Everything was going good. I turned the boost up to about 40 pounds of boost, and I blew my head gasket again. My neighbor came over who had helped me. I have head studs. It shouldn't have had any issues, but my torque wrench sucked, and I found that it was about, instead of 125 foot-pounds on this, I had 90 foot-pounds, somewhere in there. So as soon as I got the boost, I blew my head gasket. Needless to say, I tore it all apart, and I had to replace some hose clamps for my different radiator hoses, and I've had this head off now twice. I did not remachine it. I just left the intake and exhaust on and just tore it all off. You can see I didn't really do anything. I figured, I hope I don't overheat it too much to warp the head, and well, if I did, that sucks, but I just left it together and I figured send it. So here we go. I got it all back together. You can see oil everywhere, parts everywhere. Everything's back in there. That's the bad head gasket. Motor's all back together. I've drained this oil like 3-4 times. Antifreeze is out. Everything's been swapped around. I got the thing running. I had to do all the valve lashings again. That's like the 4th time I've done valve lashings. You'd think I'm a pro, but I still suck at it. Everything's doing good. I got the car running. Look at this mess. Holy cow. Oil, antifreeze. Everything is just expensive. Don't blow your head gasket several times because you're dumb and buy cheap tools. I did drive it to work. I have been driving it to work. It is my daily driver now, and I'm loving it. It's beautiful. I hope you guys like this and see my mistakes. Hopefully you learn from them. I hope you like the video. Share it with your friends. I love this car. I got lots of kinks to work out, but hey, that's what you do when you build them. See ya.